Lesson 206. Knowing God. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. John 4:24. You might think satisfying your body with daily activities is what matters, but it is really what happens to the spirit will mean a lot. The people who pay more attention to the flesh gratify its desires as the world pleases, and they find no joy in knowing who God is. But the ones who take time to learn and understand God by feeding the Spirit, the right teachings through His Word, are the ones who will find Him. You no longer have trouble knowing Him or understand His will, because He is the one who will be in you and you in Him. At some point, Moses was so much in connection with God to the extent that his words and the wisdom he had was as if the one that comes from God. These are the things you get to experience when you desire and focus in spending your time with Him. It is not about propaganda or casual talk or smart thinking. It is about studying the Word of God, knowing Him and keeping your life holy. For the Lord our God is holy, and there is no sin in Him.
One of the big mistakes you can do as a Christian is to doubt your faith in God, for God has already made a path for you to live a blessed and fruitful life. It is when you start to rely on your own ways and your own abilities, it is when you get lost. For God will not hold you back with the choices you make, nor will He intervene when calamities will come. Knowing God is a journey that is focused on walking through God's instructions. We cannot claim that we know Him and yet not doing what He commands. It is a relationship you build with a friend and not like a slave to a master. The more you get to know Him, the better you become. Do not be surprised when the world does not understand you, or when you do not go with the flow with the things of the earth. Do not be surprised when people rise and talk negatively about you because they do not know you. The reason behind is that they do not know the God you believe in, so it is no surprise they do not understand you. You, however, you know the God you serve, and by walking in His will, you abide in His goodness and resent any kinds of evil. People will prefer to put God in the same category of human thinking, that He has to be, think, or act in a certain way, and because of this, they make their own conclusions about their belief in God. We are all made in His own likeness, and the best way is for us to strive to become more like Him in all that we do, rather than becoming more than ourselves. All people have equal rights before God, and He accepts everyone. But on that same idea, you shouldn't become complacent and stay on the sidelines. In order to experience it, you must accept the sacrifice as well that comes with it. Meaning, you must be available and prepared to live your life worthy of the kingdom. You know that God cannot be mixed up with sin, neither should you. So that in this way, God's purpose flows from inside out of you. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. Proverbs 9:10. The fear of God is shown on the decision you make daily. Does those decisions lead to life, or does it lead you to death? Sin is made in darkness and does not belong to God, and the wages of it is death. On the other hand, God is in the light, and those who follow Him will have the life everlasting. It is the gift of God. The same choice Adam and Eve had from the beginning, when they were presented with the fruit of death and the fruit of life, it's the same choice you have today. When you choose Jesus, you choose to partake on the gift of life and become the son of His inheritance. You will become one with God, who said in John 15:5 that, "I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me, and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing."